Hi, I'm Kristen.
And I'm Sarah.
And I'm Kara, and this is our service learning project.
So, for our service learning project, we went to Senior Services in Midland County. Senior Services includes multiple resources and care for the older adult population in or around Midland, Michigan. So, there are multiple activity centers located in different locations, which include Coleman, Greendale, Mills, Sanford, and Trailside. And during our time with Senior Services, we went to Sanford Activity Center and Seasons Adult Day Center and Trailside specifically. Midland Senior Services assists the older adult population in many ways, including care coordination, counseling, education, having a handyman to fix around the house, health and fitness, Meals on Wheels, home care, transportation, memory support, and support groups.
So for our project, we each split up our 24 direct contact service hours between 3 areas of the Midland Senior Services throughout early February to mid-April. So for the first one, we went to Sanford Activity Center, and here we assisted with crafts. We interacted with clients through different games and activities, and we assisted with some planning for their new building. These were about 5-hour visits, and the hours were split as needed among the group members. And then at Seasons Adult Day Center, we interacted with clients through games and activities, assisted in clients' nail care, and then helped facilitate group activities. These were approximately 2-hour visits, and again, they were split as needed among group members. And then the caregiver education classes that we provided utilized components from our research project to educate caregivers in 2-hour-long night classes held 3 times throughout March and April. This equaled a total of 6 hours.
So a little bit more about our caregiver education classes, because that's a lot of where our indirect hours came from planning-wise. We worked with Senior Services Director of Education and Community Outreach, who has experience providing classes to caregivers, to develop a caregiver education series available for free to caregivers at night. And we developed this flyer that you can see to the right and advertisements in their newspaper, as well as the flyers that were displayed throughout their facility. Overall attendance varied, but we had at least 4 caregivers present for each lesson, and we utilized engaging activities, formal instruction, and open-ended questions to gauge the caregiver's retention of information.
So now we're going to go over the academic component of the project. The links and benefits to education, we overall learned how to create efficient rapport with each client we interacted with, going over like life reflection or concerns with aging. We practiced the important OT elevator speech when confronted with many individuals who are unfamiliar with our profession. We were able to teach the knowledge we have acquired through research about caregiving topics with increased confidence and improved presentation skills. Topics we went over consisted of transfer training, dressing, adaptive equipment, and others. And we developed effective communication skills, both written and verbal, when working with the many directors and coordinators at the site.
So the learning objectives for us as the students included the SVSU students will engage with the older adult population and learn more about the services available to them. The SVSU students will improve rapport and communication skills with the older adult population to spark excitement and enhance participation in meaningful activities. The SVSU students will enhance leadership skills through educating caregivers for those with dementia and provide useful information regarding how to more efficiently care for their individuals with dementia and how to care for themselves. And then finally, the SVSU students will encourage participants to engage in either scheduled activities, their choice of activity, or socialization during their time at the activity centers.
So now we can shift into the service component of our project. So for determination and rationale of community needs, for Sanford Center specifically, some older adults seeking companionship, socialization, and meaning through activities, and then the staff here needed assistance planning for the move to their new facility from this temporary setting. For Seasons Adult Day Center, the older adults there needed supervising throughout the day when their caregivers and family members were gone. And the staff here also needed help grading activities for diverse groups, as well as making sure all participants' needs were met. And for our caregiver classes, their needs, we know from our research that caregivers tend to experience burden from their roles, and that education about their loved one's condition is beneficial. There's also a need for no-cost and evening classes for convenience.
So now for our service component, the involvement of the population. Sanford Center and Seasons Adult Day Center. The older adults at these locations had complete freedom over the activities they wished to participate in each day. Our role was to support them in their decision. Mostly their involvement with us included socializing, creating crafts, and engaging in a wide variety of games and activities, such as trivia, cards, bingo, puzzles, exercise groups, and life reflection. Seasons only. Some older adults were involved in self-care, such as nail care or painting their nails with our assistance. For our caregivers, this population had the freedom to choose which class topics they wished to attend. There were 6 topics total covered, with each topic being 40 minutes long, which you can see on slide 4 with our handout. And each topic included 1 learning activity, 1 video, many educational handouts and resources, and our PowerPoint presentation with room for notes. Most caregivers chose to attend every class and every topic offered.
So the learning objectives for the population that we were serving included the Sanford Activity Center residents will enhance socialization with others and participate in activities that they enjoy. The Seasons Adult Day Center residents will participate in more activities within the center with the assistance of the SVSU students. The Seasons Adult Day Center residents will increase socialization and increase memory and cognitive function through the use of games and socialization. The caregivers attending the education sessions will gain greater knowledge on topics covered by the SVSU students. And finally, the caregivers that attend the education sessions will feel more prepared for the future and be provided information and resources for future use.
So now we can shift into our project outcomes. For the caregiver class, we provided them with an evaluation handout. So each class was rated highly by the participants who completed the evaluations on a scale from 1 to 10, which you can see more in depth of on the handout to the right. When asked if the classes provided the caregivers with helpful information, 5 out of 5 of them answered yes. Some comments included, especially with regards to the devices and techniques and how to interact with their person. When asked if they felt more confident as a caregiver than they were before taking these classes, 5 out of 5 of them answered yes as well. Some comments included, I am more knowledgeable about transfer techniques and assistive devices, especially when moving the person. It gave me new ideas to fit the stage of the disease, and it reminded me to be patient.
Some more findings continued. Questions posed to caregivers on the last day of education classes that we asked them. Have you found these classes beneficial? All participants answered yes. And one stated having the information plus the discussions and activities made it easier to learn. When asked, can you see how you can apply this knowledge to your role as a caregiver? Some answers were, I can see the importance of helping myself in order to help my mom. And someone else stated that the classes were very helpful, especially the transfer training and assistive devices. I wasn't aware of those things before, but now that I am, I feel better prepared for my future. When asked, is there anything we could have added to change? Someone stated maybe tips on how to not make the communicating one seem childlike or degrading, and someone else stated providing specific examples of games for leisure could be helpful.
So the impact on the population that we were serving included the caregiver education classes, prepared caregivers for the progression of their loved one's dementia through resources such as the handouts, the videos, or different websites that we provided, and an increase in quality of life for both the caregiver as well as the individual that they are caring for. And finally, it facilitated a sense of social support between the caregivers attending the classes. And then for Sanford Activity Center and Seasons Adult Day Center, it increased the socialization for all of the older adults involved. It provided a safe outlet for older adults to express their concerns regarding aging. It provided education when necessary when conversing with them about their lives, such as the importance of life reflection and activity engagement. And finally, enhanced older adults' physical wellness in the future when we provided recommendations for gym equipment for their new facility.
So finally, the lessons that we learned for project outcomes. We collectively learned a great deal during our time at Midland Senior Services, which can definitely be applied to our future roles as OTs. For example, we gained greater leadership skills and confidence when working with the older adult population, as well as confidence and increased comfortability when teaching a class to multiple people and engaging them in meaningful learning activities. We also improved comfortability and ease of creating rapport with future clients, being there for clients when they express concerns about aging, and encouraging life reflection and new learning. Lastly, we learned how to better grade activities for individuals at many levels participating in their shared activities. Thank you.